First they love you, then they hate. Once you got what it takes. So every move that you make, watch the grass for snakes. Sometimes the real really ain't, and that's a chance we take. It's a dirty game, daddy, but it's the one we play. First they love you, then they hate. Once you got what it takes. So every move that you make, watch the grass for snakes. Sometimes the real really ain't, and that's a chance we take. It's a dirty game, daddy, but it's the one we play.
You can't handle the truth.
What's goody to the guys? What's popping to the people? You know, this is what Nas must have felt like that morning when he woke up and heard that diss track from Jay. I know he was thinking, like, I'm about to show this. That's how I feel when I woke up and see these slave movies. I feel like I'm beefing with Hollywood. We about to show this. Nah, but for real though, what's goody, man? I'm gonna turn this off and get right down to business. I initially was gonna make this about y'all see that, check out the join the movement, support the movement. We gotta do better. Pretty soon it's gonna be everywhere. But either way it go, let me adjust my screen for the people. Okay, now initially I was just gonna do the get a review on the Harriet Tubman movie and keep it at that. But oh, what a wonderful time we live in. There's so much going on right now. Excuse me. I know I'm looking crazy, but if you're in the Midwest, it's been snowing like crazy. I got caught up in it. My truck stopped, and it's been hectic. So, brother, looking rough. Either way it go. Okay, so look, I'm not just gonna deal with the Harriet Tubman movie. I'm gonna deal with that first. But then, you know, it's tied into the Byron Allen situation. A lot of people asking me what's my thoughts on that. I wanted to look a little bit more into it for formulated opinions. And a lot of people was like, well, we'll get to that. Let's deal with this Harriet Tubman thing. Okay. First of all, why y'all so comfortable with reminding us about the mass whoopings? What about the whole slavery thing is so fascinating that you feel the need to repeatedly tell the story in different variations? And then, when I step up and say, you, he, them, whoever is not right for going to see it and entertaining it, then you ostracize me as the bad guy like I did something wrong. And this is generally speaking, I'm just saying, this is the way the process goes. The slave movies come out, all the black people that say we ain't with it get pushed out onto the island like, how could y'all not be with it? This is our history. No, it's not their history. It's his story. It's not history. Actually, most of you all have never even come close to seeing history. That trash that they teach and the trash that they let surpass as history is not history. So with that being said, Harriet Tubman was horrible. Get mad, I don't care. It was horrible. It was a horrible movie. And here's why it was a horrible movie. How many times are we going to let them trick us? It's the same garbage trick they keep repeating. But this time they're getting smarter. They realize, see, this is where y'all mess up at. That when y'all showed them how much y'all liked the Django, Negroes went out in record-breaking numbers and still loved the Django. It's a slave with a gun. What are you so excited about? They all should have had guns. Whoop-dee. That's the slave movie I want to go see. Show me the slave movie where somehow the slaves get all the guns and chase white people for 2 hours. That's a good slave movie. Otherwise, y'all would have been better off letting the chick that played Harriet Tubman, you should have let her play Jacker Joyner Kersey. Because she ran the whole movie splendid. The woman was fast, I give you that. She was a champion sprinter. That's what y'all should, let her play that role. Whenever y'all make a movie about Jackie Joyner, let her play that role. I know she's short and everything, but I'm just saying, the woman was fast. But anyway, okay, see, with the Django, they realized, hold on, we on to something. If we get these Negroes pistols and let them fight back a little bit instead of just beating them for 3 hours, they will forget about the beating and just focus on the gunshots. So the Django killed a bunch of white folks, and it wasn't that. I watched the Django for the first time today. I see how they tricked y'all, but I wasn't that excited about it. I mean, it was okay. It was better than the rest. If I would say anything, it probably was one of the better slave movies ever. But how good can a slave movie be? Let y'all tell it. Either way it go. Let's get into the picture they tried to paint. They spent a lot of time shaming all the black folks who didn't want to support the movie. See, we got hip to the trick y'all pulled with the last movie. Some stuff we catch, some stuff we don't. But we realized with the Birth of the Nation movie that y'all some crafty individuals. So we got smart with the Harriet Tubman movie. We just said we're not going to participate. Because we got all excited for Birth of the Nation. And then he sold it to the white people. And then the white people took it, did what they wanted to do with it on one end. And then the other end talked about it like a dog to make us not like it. So every time we get caught up in that thing with y'all, it just don't work out for us. That's my observation. Anyway, let's keep it moving. Here's the thing. They put up plenty of articles about how well the movie did. Well, now first of all, here's Black Enterprise, which I'm disappointed. I used to really love Black Enterprise, but it's to be expected. See Harriet this weekend or stop complaining that our stories don't get told. First of all, who is our? Because that wasn't our story, and it didn't get told. So whoever wrote that either didn't see the movie or don't know our story. One of the two. Like I say, they pulled the Django move, and they gave Harriet a pistol. And my guess is that's the whole reason why they chose this particular movie, because they could find another way to put a pistol in a slave hand. And it was so successful with the Django, then they say we own to something. Well, here's the difference between Harriet and the Django. and I'm polar Harriet, because I know this is such a non-reality. And I heard other people get their opinion on the movie, but nobody seemed to catch this right here. Harriet Tubman, the actress, I don't know the real lady, but the actress was about 4'6" on a good day. And the pistol was almost bigger than her. And I'm telling you, she was whipping that thing out so fast, like Doc Holliday. Harriet Tubman probably whipped that pistol out about 47 times. Ain't shot 7 people. Now check it out. There go the pistol right there. But now, isn't it ironic that the first 2 times she pulled it out on her own people? First time she upped the pistol, it was on one of the slaves she was trying to free. And then he turned around and told her, "You ain't gonna shoot me." After that, she was confused. She froze. She didn't know what to do. But you put a pistol on her hand, and the first 2 times she used it, it's to threaten other slaves. Right. I mean, like y'all couldn't have wrote in a couple more dead white people would have hurt you. And white people don't look at me like I'm tripping. Y'all go to the movie to see them beat up on us. Why can't I go to the movie to see them kill y'all? Anyway, yeah. if I was having something to do with this, Harriet would have shot a lot more white people. And not that I'm trying to spread racial indifference or violence or nothing like that, but like I just said, I know it's going to be a couple white people that's going to watch this and say, look at the message he's spreading. Well, let me ask y'all this, white people. Since we on the subject, this movie grossed $11 million, which was a flop. We're going to deal with that too. But just for a second. It grossed $11 million, which was a flop, technically speaking. But if you look to the other side of the quarter, it costs $10 per ticket to get into a movie theater. 10, 12, something like that. So, if it's 12, that's even worse. At $12 a pop, right off top, I can't tell you how many seats it takes to get to 11 million, but that's a lot of seats that got filled up. And since Hollywood and everybody else is complaining about the fact that black people was complaining, that means not many of us went to go see it. So, dear white people, exactly who spent $11 million to go watch the slave movie? That brings me to my next question. What is it about these slave movies that fascinate y'all such? Because if I was a white person who openly declared I'm not a racist, I wouldn't be caught dead in a damn movie theater with a slave movie playing. And if I were to go, I would have to be like in the cartoons with the trench coat and the mustache and the glass with the big nose. I mean, like, why are you there? This movie is a movie that's saying your ancestors really fucked up. You sit around all the time and say, it wasn't us though, but we didn't do it. Right. The hell you doing in the movie theater watching it? Right. I'm a firm believer, if you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem. So you can sit around all day long and say, I'm not racist, I don't support that, I don't condone that. Well, your ass was in the movie theater though, so you're supporting and condoning. Just my take. As I straighten out the regular dreads to keep doing like this. But either way it go. So yeah, it's weird to me. I find it fascinating that so many non-racist white people are willing to watch slave movies. Like literally, when I see a movie or in person and I watch a depiction of black people doing something contrary to what I think we should be doing or something horrible, heinous act, I'm disgusted. Why it don't bother y'all? As a white person who is totally against it, how could you sit in a movie theater and watch them beat up on black folks repeatedly? And especially if you're in an interracial relationship, how the hell can you sit there with your significant other and watch? And how the hell can he? I'm confused. I know y'all supposed to share everything, and I'm not speaking against interracial relationships. I have biracial children. But I'm just saying, I didn't go with the white mother of my children to see it. Hell no. Fuck around and had a flashback and said something crazy. I'm just saying, I don't get it. It's weird. I mean, I get you trying to support, but I was looking on the internet and I seen like white people excited, like they felt like that they were supporting us. Like, yeah, I'm going to go see Harriet. You shouldn't have told nobody that. What the hell are you going to look at? What exactly are you going to that theater to witness? You know it's going to be a lot of black people being called nigger. You know it's going to be a fair amount of ass whipping and disrespectful mistreatment of black folk. Why then would you, someone who is in love with someone black, want to go watch shit and endure that shit? Unless, of course, they ask you to, which then that within itself is weird. I mean, I guess I could see if they felt they needed to enlighten you and wanted you to see. then shit, I took your ass to the library. But either way, it go to each his own. Let's get back to the subject at hand. So, Black Enterprise tried to bully us into going to watch Harriet. It's not our narrative. It's not our story. So you shouldn't feel guilty if you didn't go watch that trash. I endured 2 hours of some change of it, so you don't have to. Or you can if you want to. All right. The director says this is not a slave movie. Well, technically, if you got a movie with black folks in shackles and getting whipped and white people get to say nigger a lot, by definition, that's a slave movie. But, okay, anyway. Deborah Martin Chase declares her passion for her latest production, Harriet, crackling through the phone. This is a movie about freedom and empowerment. This is a movie that says we cannot control the circumstances in which we are born. We can control what we do once we get here. I'm sorry. I was so stuck. I couldn't even get myself together. I just wonder sometimes, do people believe the shit that they say, or do they just say it because they want you to believe it? Or is it a combination of the two? Because I'm offended by the opening statement, this is not a slave movie. But then you go on to say this is a movie about freedom and empowerment. Okay, first of all, we knew who Harriet Tubman was a long time ago. So, hear me clearly. And this is for black folk. This is for all black folk. If it took this damn movie to make you feel free and empowered, then here's what I need you to do. I need you to go to the nearest library. Get a library card if you ain't got one. Or go to Barnes & Nobles. They got a whole section in the back. You can sit on the couch, be comfortable and all that. But here's what I need you to do. I need you to go to Barnes & Nobles. And I need you to get as many books as you can on like self-awareness, identity, and self-esteem and shit like that. Because it wasn't shit empowering about that damn movie. And if you got some power out of that, that means you're so goddamn confused, it is ridiculous. And you need to just stop even watching all movies, start over, get you a life coach is what you could do. Call me, Facebook me or something, CEO Alligator. You need a life coach. This is not, come on, man, stop it, knock it off. I didn't feel empowered at all. I damn near felt disrespected. And then they complained about the white savior narrative. Of course you're going to have that. They give it to you all the way. The Django had a white homeboy the whole movie, which he did, but whatever. But now, it took... Here's how empowering this is. Harriet Tubman ran away from the plantation. Her slave master was about 27 and pissed. This little white boy literally chased Harriet all over the country. Him, another angry Negro, and 2 horses. Just chased her all over the world trying to kill her and all type of stuff. Finally, in the final scene when she's running off, the black dude, the bounty hunter, is about to kill her. The same bounty hunter that the white master hired to help him track down Harriet is about to kill her. And he shoots the black bounty hunter to stop him. He want to kill his nigga so bad, he can better have nobody else do it. So the only way Harriet lives, because she was about to get killed by this make-believe character that never even existed in real life. We're going to talk about that in a second. But the only thing that stops that from happening is the same massa that's been trying to catch her for 2 hours. And then movie time, months, years, you know. So now, Massa saved Harriet's life. But then Harriet get the jump on Massa. Now, Massa been chasing you, I already established, all over the world trying to kill you. She get the jump on him. She grabbed the rifle. She make him get off the horse and say, get on your knees. Now keep in mind, Harriet Tubman has to be the nicest escaped Negro on the face of the earth. Because she ain't said cracker not one time. She ain't said nothing out of pocket. And I'm not saying I condone that, but that was the time frame for it. Not one slave said cracker through the whole movie. They could say nigga, but the director didn't write cracker in the script. That's weird, but okay, we're going to go with it. No derogatory remarks towards the white people at all. None written into the script. How was that? So you mean to tell me when slaves was alone, they don't say nothing slick about massa? None of them, ever? No slick talk about the slaves. Okay, whatever. We just so terrified. We never even, but okay. So she make Massa get off the horse nicely. Well, she talking tough to him, but not really. And then she tell him, get on your knees. She got a shotgun about as long as two of her. She point the rifle at him. She give him this long-ass speech. Then she throw the rifle down and get on a white horse and trot off into the sunset. I wonder how come Massa didn't get up, take the one good hand he got, grab the shotgun, and blow her off the damn horse. He could have. And I'm going to be honest with you. And black people all over America might not like me saying this, but I don't care. It would have been a better ending to me if that would happen. I would have considered this movie more of a success if after she trotted off into the sunset on his white horse, he would have got up, grabbed the shotgun, and blew her little bit of ass cream up off the horse. Oh, Lord. Oh, my goodness. I know what some of y'all thinking. He's going to hell. I don't believe in hell, so I don't know what to tell you. But that's off topic. Y'all believe in a little red man with a pitchfork to control everything. That's weird to me. But, okay, here's why I say this. Because if we going to have this unrealistic-ass narrative, I might as well get some enjoyment out of something. Because ain't no slave. I don't care. And see, they set it up because it say that she used to get these visions and everything. But you see how they connected the visions to church, Jesus, the Lord, and all that. Now, see, that was a directorial thing because they got the Kanye West year. They got the Jesus King year. Hit you with the Kanye West gospel album every chance they get. So, therefore, they got her steady praying to the Lord all throughout the movie. Like she ain't the mother of the earth and is in tune with everything. So premonitions, black folks have been getting since the beginning of time, and it was way before you knew Jesus Christ. And that's fake. Jesus Christ can't give you visions because you can't prove them. Now, so either way it go, that was Hollywood setting you up for the fall at the end, because if she's a good Methodist Christian woman, then she ain't gonna blow Massa head off. But she been whipping that pistol out the whole movie and can't shoot nobody. Now she got the drop on Massa. And she not only don't shoot him, she throw the weapon down, get on his horse and ride off. She deserved to get her ass blowed up. That's my opinion. Moving right along. They paint the fake narrative and they tell you that the movie was a success. Y'all excuse me, like I hope I ain't Okay, well, the movie had a $17 million budget. It grossed $11 million. Where on the planet is $11 million opening week a success? Not unless you shoot your movie in your backyard with a handheld camcorder. Like what they did, if you're old enough to remember the Blair Witch Project, where they just held a camcorder and he ran through the woods and never seen nothing scary. Now, if they made $11 million off the $2,500 budget, then they snap. But if you spend $17 million and you only make $11 million, that's a flop. So why are they telling you it was successful? Because if they tell you it flopped, then they have to let you know what we already knew. Look how much power we got when we come together. We decided collectively, whether consciously or unconsciously, maybe we just fed up. But black folk didn't go out and see that. Like I said, white folks, y'all got me looking at y'all funny now. But black folk didn't go see that. So they have to paint this narrative that we're wrong and non-supportive of our people because they did the right thing by showing us that funny style movie. If y'all can see where this is headed, this is the same game that keep getting played and we keep falling for it. What? You tell me this. It's like if you're in a relationship with your significant other, and let's just say they have a string of bad things happening in your relationship. Some of them your fault, some of them not. You're not going to repeatedly find ways to remind your significant other of how effed up things were at a bad time. Here's my point. This is a space in time in American history where African Americans, black folks, whatever you want to call yourself, however you term yourself, are being, on one end, shot down, executed publicly. Whether the justice system feels like they're right or wrong, it's happening. In most cases, the cops are not getting dealt with properly. Then you got these new cases where they just walk into the sister house, well, not even with a shooter through the back door. I don't even know what the logic to that was. Like you shot through the back door, like. Then they get in the house, there's no weapons, there's no threat, there's no nothing. So either way it goes, these things are happening in the world, in society, which means there's tension. Why would you feel the need, anyone in Hollywood, feel the need to show black people being brutalized during slavery? Why would you remind the world of that at a time when black people are publicly being executed? What is the logic behind that? If I'm a director, why am I releasing, okay, you got years and years of back-to-back, damn near the whole Obama term, of them just splatting brothers all over the place. What director sat around and said, you know what? It's such a controversial time in this nation, and I'm black, and I'm going to show a slavery movie. If that makes sense to you, stop watching right now. Just walk up, cut me off, walk away, and never turn on my channel again. Come on, man. Wake up. Pay attention. There's an agenda here. Why you... The Django, 12 Years a Slave, Birth of a Nation, Harriet Tubman. What are you getting at here? The Help. What the fuck? Why are we watching this? Why are directors putting this trash out? For what? It's so many more aspects of African history, African American history. You got people, you got Marcus Garvey. You got so many people that y'all refuse to even shed light on. But you'll keep whipping our ass on TV. And y'all keep taking y'all dumb ass to go watch it. And white folks keep sitting around saying I'm not a racist. Well, when the fuck is you gonna get up and get mad and say something? Listen, hear me clearly, white people. I don't want to hear that shit no more about I'm not a racist because I didn't participate. Your ass ain't participating now either. You didn't participate then, and you ain't participating now. So should I believe that you're going to participate in the future? Y'all say we brothers and sisters in America. Well, this is a critical time in America, and your brothers and sisters is being persecuted. What are you going to do? You going to keep on saying, that was the past, I didn't do it? If so, whatever heaven you believe in, you ain't going to make it. That's a fact. We just say and do anything. That's why I started this movement. We got to do better. And I started it with self. I got to do better. And the way I do better is learning, self-education. Step one, educate yourself. We don't. We are a self-serving society. All we want to do is what feel good, what's fun, and what's entertaining. And I love what feel good, what's fun, and entertaining just like y'all. I get caught up. This is my effort. Where's yours? Because this, I mean, like, look at this. We got a president that is being impeached. That's how much turmoil our country is in. And we are still showing fucking slave movies? Why? You tell me, Miss Director. What is your name again? Hold on, Miss Producer. Hold on, let me find your damn name. Deborah Martin Chase. Please tell me what the fuck was empowering about Harriet Tubman running through the woods for her fucking life. What was empowering about that? Freeing 5-10 slaves at a time, risking her life. That's not empowering. That's what the hell every slave should have been doing. You gonna show us one woman? It was plenty of her. And any slave that wasn't doing that should have hung themselves. So I'm not impressed by one woman. Everybody should have been doing that. Just like them Africans who was on a boat that said, I'd rather jump into the fucking ocean than go with y'all. That's what it is. Enough is enough. Slave movies for what? How is this progressive? How is this how is this a society that cares about us? These movies got to get approved by somebody, by major studios. What major studio is looking at this and saying, this is a great idea? Now, these are rhetorical questions because I know the answer, but I'm getting y'all to think. Because y'all go along with it and say, these are just actors. People can do what they... No, it's not just actors. Hollywood is a fucking industry. And we all have... Anybody within my earshot has got at least 2 or 3 stories about something weird and out of pocket they've heard going on in Hollywood. So we know that this is a freaking den of sin. But soon as something come on, we turn a blind eye to the fact that the people producing it ain't right. These people come from Disney. The Disney Channel is a pedophile network. Walt Disney was a dope fiend pedophile, LSD pedophile. Come on, man. We got to do better. We got to start looking into things. We got to start looking into things. Man, this is a setup movie. This was horrible. Here's what y'all got to think about. All of these slave movies that y'all so okay with, 10, 20 years from now, this the shit your kids going to be watching in class. The Help, The Butler, 12 Years a Slave. They put all 3 of them out back to back. They didn't hit you with the Django. Why are we watching it? I talk to the white folks, I'm talking to the black people. Why exactly is your black ass? Now, this is the first slave movie I watched since Roots. I don't watch none of them. None of them. I haven't seen any of them. None of the movies I just named have I seen. Didn't see The Butler. Didn't see The Help. Didn't see 12 Years a Slave. Didn't see The Django. Didn't see Birth of a Nation. I don't watch that shit. For what? What am I attempting to learn? What do I want to see? Does it make you feel more black watching people whip your ass and call you nigga? Because you know it happened. So why do you want to go see it? We don't make sense out of shit we do no more. We just move through life, just moving. It's crazy, man. No, this was not a good movie. And for everybody on the internet taking a stance that it's the same dumbass argument where people say, if you didn't vote, don't complain. I defy any of you. And I'll open this challenge to anybody who want to take it. Anybody who listens to this. Prove to me that voting works. Especially for African Americans. Prove it. You can't. And if you can, I'll publicly admit it. Or we can place a wager. Whoever, whatever, inbox me. You let me know the terms, I agree. I don't even have to hear the terms. You let me know the terms, I agree. The only thing I want you to do is just prove that voting has been beneficial for African Americans. And I don't want no token victory talking about our people died for the right to vote. You a damn lie. Our people died for the right to live. Nobody ever died for the right to vote. That's a lie. Our people die because we get tired and we stand up at whatever situation it is. It wasn't about no right to vote. It was about a right to be treated like a human. In this country, voting just happens to be a part of that. We didn't know no better at the time. We just wanted a voice, a say in it, a stake in it, to not feel like we don't count. But it's way on down the road, and we had the benefit of hindsight. And in hindsight, voting has not been beneficial to the African American up to this point in no way, shape, or form. As a collective, I don't see how. And I can't wait for one of y'all to inbox me talking about some Obama shit, because I'm going to have a ball with your ass on that. So let me just go on record as saying it's a bit off topic, but let me just say it. That was not it. We'll leave it at that. You want to talk about that some more? We'll do another lecture. Let's get back to this. The Harriet Tubman thing was not a victory. They painted it in the media as it was. Why are you pushing the issue? Okay, why are you pushing the issue that the movie was a success and you know it wasn't? There's an agenda behind it. About giving this woman all kind of awards. And they're the same woman that played in the Color Purple play. So apparently she good at playing a slave. I don't know. But this is what the sister looked like right here. And that's her boyfriend. I ain't gonna judge people. I'm just gonna say, I don't know. Y'all can make whatever you want to make of it. I know there's plenty of actors and actresses out there and directors that are really concerned with the narrative of how we are portrayed. And that there are even some of those that actually live some form of pro-black consciousness in their day-to-day life. Why not seek some of those people out and get more authentic acting and better insight on what you maybe should or shouldn't do? Just my thoughts on it. As far as that goes, I'm gonna let that go. I'm done with the whole Harriet Tubman thing. It was horrible. And last but not least, Hollywood's desire to make a slave movie and make white people look right was absolutely freaking amazing to me. The Black Bounty Hunter doesn't exist. That's a made-up fictional character. So they had to have the most hated person in the movie, a black person. What they doing to Django? The most hated person in the movie, a black person. Are we starting to notice a pattern here? They're going to always throw that some type of Uncle Rucker or some type of traitor in there to show the subliminal that most of the time your people do it to you. Look how y'all treat each other. So why should we treat you any different? Now, this Black Bounty Hunter, this was the most vile, disgusting creature on the planet. And to the actor who played that part, drink bleach. I don't know what to tell you. That was like, and I know people have to earn a living, so it is what it is. But just me personally, I got to sleep with myself. So, me being in Hollywood, if I'm there, it's certain roles you just can't call me or my agent and say without either getting cussed out or hung up on. And maybe they'll blackball me from Hollywood too. That's why I didn't go that route. But I can't imagine the phone call telling me like, yeah, we got a new role for you. Oh, yes. It's a Hollywood blockbuster too. Oh, that's what's up. Okay. And you're going to get not a leading role, but you're definitely going to be amongst the main characters. Going to have it's a 2.5-hour movie. You're going to get about a good hour of screen time in between all your lines. Oh, okay, that's dope. But you're playing a real rugged, tough guy. Oh, okay. What kind of movie is it? It's it's the new Harriet Tubman slave movie. It's the what? Well, don't get all bent out of shape. This one's different. This is a more heroic approach at slavery. There won't be the N-word, won't be used very often. There's not very many scenes where you're going to be called the N. What? And what exactly is my character? Well, this is the part that I thought you would enjoy. You're a bounty hunter. Who exactly am I? Well, you said you wanted something action and you wanted to play, some kind of tough role. So, you're going to be the guy who chases Harriet. So what do you think about that? Hey, Wally, what'd you... Wally? Man, we must have got... I think probably an area I'm in, bad reception. I'll call him back. No! Whoever created you gave you testicles. Use them sometimes, just from time to time. No, I'm not playing no slave. And then, I get how Jamie Foxx fell for it. Nah, not really, but kinda. He was like the superheroic slave. I'd had to kill twice as many white people, be called twice as less niggers, and then be paid whatever he got paid triple. Maybe there was a possibility then. I just don't see it. We've all heard it before. Stand for something, to fall for anything. Not going to be able to do it. Now, moving past that, horrible disaster of a movie. Those black people, every black person involved, especially old ass Lou Gossett Jr., who you was old enough to probably have been on the bus with Rosa Parks the day that she didn't want to sit in the back. You should be tired of being the good nigga by now. Yeah, this nigga in a blindfold. Master, I don't want to see my daughter because I don't want to lie to Master. Nigga, just look at that man and lie. The hell? Anyway, horrible. So now, I didn't want to deal with that no more. You got the Byron Allen situation, and I'm not going to do a whole lot on it because y'all gotta excuse me. I don't want to do a ton of speculating. The information I got right now is limited, but I have been digging into it. I did a lot of looking into it today, and my whole thing is this, and I don't. somebody who I really respect. We was talking on the book, and he was just asking me my opinion. And then I inboxed him. And the reason why I inboxed him, because I don't like to, and a lot of people get off into this. Unless your name is Kanye West, who I don't give a fuck about. Excuse me. Sorry, I don't. With the exception of him, I'm not into the publicly going at my own people and, you know, wrestling over social, or just, I'm not saying that, but like I try not to say nothing disrespectful or bad about my people when everybody's watching and I don't know the facts. I'm not into that. Because people will sit back on the sideline, you know, other races, and watch y'all bang it out, and it looks like you don't even care about each other, and I'm not into that publicly. I got a problem with a brother, I'd rather inbox him. Or I got something to say about another brother, something like that, I'd rather do it like that. So I had some thoughts on Byron. Not nothing that was based in any reality, just for me knowing how things work to an extent. So with that being said, I was just a little leery. I call it the Bill Cosby syndrome. I don't like it when a lot of these well-to-do black folk get a lot of money, and on their rise to the money, and while they getting the money and everything's going great, they kind of disassociate themselves from the general black America. And then when shit hit the fan, that's the first place they run to is black America and the hip-hop community, because they know we ride hard. We ride for ours. And when I say the hip-hop community, when you go on a Breakfast Club, that's the hip-hop community. And that's not all, but I mean, that's a large portion of their viewing. So that's a strategic approach, knowing what demographic and what crowd you're going to hit when you go there. Now, going there right as the movie's being released that you don't want to be released, that could be seen as sneaky or a genius. Now that I've seen the movie, I don't care what his motivation was. Good looking, it was trash. But now, the only thing I was just worried about, like I said, was that Byron got more money than God. And I know in this world, and this is where we are too, what's the word I'm looking for? When it comes to the way the world really works and the way we think the world works, we're very closed-minded. Like, people are so quick to throw around the word conspiracy and think things aren't what they are. My point is this. If we can agree that there is something going on systematically directed towards African Americans and black people, if you don't see that, you're crazy. Am I someone who complains about it and say, they're holding me back? No. It is what it is. I understand the system. I understand that it's in place, and I'm not going to never let it off the hook and say that it didn't participate in a huge portion of the ruins of my people. But the thing is this. I guess what I'm trying to say is this right here. If Byron is genuine, I'm all with him. But they don't let too many brothers get into that space where he at with that kind of money. Look at, okay, if you think this is a fair world, for all of y'all who at this point are going to say, don't make excuses, you can be what you want to be, and all that type of shit. Okay, well, let's just look at the billionaire situation. How many black billionaires do you think there are in this country? Bet you could count them on one hand. Why is that? Here's another question. How many black billionaire conscious people do you know of? You see what I'm saying? How come all the brothers that got a shitload of money ain't really into doing things that could help out? That's by design. So when I see Byron Allen, who has never publicly reached out to us, sitting over there with all that money, I know to get that money, there had to be some alliances with some of the same people he's complaining about. So, does that make him guilty, wrong, or anything like that? Not saying it at all. I'm just cautious of that and just want to make sure that, we ain't getting Bill Cosby, Jell-O pudding, boo, So, now, let's flip the quarter to the other side. I have to be, objective and look at both sides. Let's flip the quarter to the other side. On the other side, I was almost ready to make the brother my hero. Because, it's got the world up in, he shook up the world with that Breakfast Club interview. It was brilliant, strategic, whether he was doing something disingenuous or not. It was brilliant. It was strategic. And it was great information. Very helpful to the world, black people especially. So I'm digging that. I'm loving the information that came out of there. I also, if the brother is righteous, what he's doing is beautiful. Trying to show us black folk and the up and coming, the generations to come, that, hey, don't take no crap. Put your money where your mouth is, and you too can be what I am. I'm all for that. And in the face of injustice, I won't just turn the other cheek. I'll put my money up and I'll fight injustice financially or however I have to. If that's an authentic message, I'm riding with him till the wheels fall off. I don't have any concrete evidence to make me dislike him, and I don't. It's just my job to give my people both sides and let you know that I'm watching both ways and make sure they don't hit us with the banana in the tailpipe, Now, let's get to the court case. He is suing Comcast, and according to him, a long story short, they just wasn't doing right about black programming and giving black people a just due. They're getting billions of dollars in program funding, and none of those billions are going to any black networks. So, from that standpoint, the brother is challenging that. I'm with it. Now, he won twice. And now after he done spanked them twice, they decided they want to go to the Supreme Court. Now they take the issue to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court say, we don't even want, that case is, look, he got y'all hogtied, he whooping y'all, and we ain't even gonna look at that. But what we do want to look at is the slick ass strategy he used on y'all dumbass to get to this point. Is basically what they're saying. Now, he used the Civil Rights Act of 1865, which was the original one. Not that bullshit Dr. King did. The real one. Now, what the Supreme Court says, we're going to look at the laws that, because Byron Allen used that law to whoop him. So then the Supreme Court say, well, let's take another look at that law. Right there, I smell something funny. You got two scenarios that's playing in my head. I'll give you the first one because I have no foundation for it, and I don't want that to be the last impression in your mind. I'm just throwing it out there because this is the way my mind works. Was Byron a guinea pig to get us to this point in the first place? Take it a step further. Was he knowingly a guinea pig to get us to this step in the first place? All speculation. And the only reason why I say that is because this thing is 4 years old. Which means this could have came to a head during the Obama administration. the Obama administration that he actually put millions of dollars towards the campaign to. So instead of the president who you put millions towards the campaign to, this comes to light when we're under a knowingly racist, tyrannical president. And now it just so happens that this civil rights lawsuit comes on the table right as we got this racist dude in the White House. And now his lawyers are helping with the case. Donald Trump's lawyers are helping Comcast with their case at the Supreme Court. I'm somebody who don't believe in coincidences. So this throws a red flag to me. Now the other side is, this still could have been an intentional thing, and they just purposely played him to get to this point. Either one of those scenarios could exist. I have zero evidence pointing to Byron doing anything wrong. I just have that scenario in my head that I can't let go of. And I've tried to a couple times. And one thing that really just keeps playing in my mind, I've watched a couple different interviews with him. And his answer for why just now reaching out to the black people. I'm going to be honest with you. Out of that entire interview, that part right there I didn't like. Charlemagne asked him, why hasn't he reached out? And he says, well, I am now. What I'm doing right now is my way of reaching out. That wasn't no good answer. So, he also was asked, why hasn't he been, really doing things, quote unquote, for black people up to this point. That pause, that hesitation was so long, and he's pitter-pattered around that. I ain't like that. Nobody owes, well, no, I ain't gonna say that. You are not obligated to do anything with your hard-earned money, you as an individual. But in my personal opinion, if you are black, African American, whatever you want to call yourself, in this country, knowing the current state of the African American, if you should wake up at some point and find yourself with a retarded amount of money, portions of that money should always go to helping out your people. Every other race does that but us. We get a shitload of money and we buy big ass houses. Manny Pacquiao get a shitload of money and he got people waiting outside his mansion for dollar bills every fucking morning. And he's happy to give it out. This is someone who is 4'6" and put a whole nation on his back boxing and paying people. Why don't we think like that? So, all of them always say, as soon as you confront them about why they haven't been helping out, they all say, well, I've been giving, I've been doing this, and I've been doing that. Here's my honest opinion. If a person was giving millions or hundreds of thousands out funding some type of cause on a regular basis, it wouldn't take more than 2 or 3 years for the changes to be noticeable on a national level. None of these people really ever have anything going on a national level that gets attention called to it where you could say, look what they're doing. And a lot of people are going to say, I already know what y'all going to say. That's because when you get all that money and you're a brother, you got to be careful with what you do, because if you move a certain way, you're right. So why the fuck you ain't challenging that? If you got all that money and you get into that space and you wake up one day and realize, hey, they censoring my emotions and my money and my movement. why the hell? My fault, y'all. My shindigged and shindug. All right, we back at it. Okay, my fault. So what I'm saying is, if you wake up and realize that you can no longer use your finances to help your very own people, how the frick do you go quietly and just get on with your life? How do you accept that? How do you let your oppressor look at your rich ass and tell you, I just don't think you should do that? You say okay and keep it moving. And you do it so many times where you get to the point where it's just like, yeah, I can't help it, sucks. Now, that's the one thing I will say about the Harriet Tubman movie. The only part that they captured that I felt like really made me feel good was when she sat around and told them, you can't stop me from going. If I'm free by myself, what good does it do? What, we supposed to just sit here, live good, and act like that shit ain't going on? That's what I say to all of y'all. You got billions of dollars, and we just now knowing about you got a problem with white supremacy and the system? Bruh, I'm rocking with you. Let's bang on them. I'm with it. But I'd be lying if I say I ain't got one of my eyes looking at you like, why just now? I'm still going to ride it out. I'm rocking with you. Because at the end of the day, F them. What they doing is wrong. And then for them to tell the brother, hey, if you drop it, we'll think about it. If they really told him that, then I'd have told him the same thing he told him. Kiss my you know what, and I got money. So, as it unfolds, we'll see. I can't help but keep iterating. I love what Byron was saying, and I got no beef with him. It is my job as the person who bringing the information for it to my particular whoever's watching to just give you both sides of it. I never want to just give you a close-ended version and then something pop up on us and then y'all looking at me like, how you ain't see that? So I want to leave the doorway open to say that I'm rocking with Byron and what's going on. But I'm a little peculiar about why so long to reach out to us. And I'm going to stay that way until you give a better answer than the one you gave. I'm not going to stop me from supporting, just watching you. The Weather Channel thing was beautiful, though. I think that having a black face on the Weather Channel, that's monumental. I mean, from what I hear, the brother's making some great moves. Challenging the system with his money and not being a yes man. And there is, maybe he was a different dude and he's evolving into a better dude. That's also a possibility. I'm open for that. So I ain't got nothing bad to say about Byron right now. Just checking out the whole process and hoping it's authentic, because if it's authentic, then, you know, I'm down with it. You know, it is what it is till it ain't no more. But I guess that's that with that. And y'all know what it is. We got the hoodies. We got to do better. That's the slogan. And if you really think about it, that's what it's all about. Collectively, we all got to do better. You got to do better. I got to do better. We got to know more. We got to try harder. We got to love more. We got to hate less. We got to look more. We got to listen more. We got to talk less. We got to think more. We got to do better. And if you don't believe that, then you're probably not on this planet right now, and it doesn't even matter. With that being said, y'all know how it is, man. I love y'all. Knowledge is the only true power, and information is the only real currency.